very good afternoon to you. Welcome to another edition of Saturday Tech Live. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Monica Waweru. Now, this time we are going bigger and better. My guest is joining me live from Nakuru. She's going to introduce herself in a while. She's going to talk about the reason why your business needs a podcast. So if you have a business or maybe you're planning to start a business, then this is the right platform for you. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and also comment, share, and like. We appreciate it so much. To my guest, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Monique. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it so much. So please, you can introduce yourself to our viewers and tell them what you do.
Okay, my name is Chelsea Kirui. I am a content creator. I'm a podcast host, a business IT graduate, and I'm currently studying to further my studies. I have worked before. I worked at Unilever Kenya in the human resource department, and I'm launching my own business soon, so that makes me a business owner, I guess. I
Oh
hope you
wow!
enjoy this conversation.
Well, amazing. So tell us, what is a podcast and why podcasting?
Okay, a podcast in the English dictionary, it is a collection of digital audio files that are made available for listening or downloading via the internet. But in layman or simple terms, I would say that a podcast is it's an audio version of content creation. Yeah.
And what's the difference between a podcast and YouTube?
Okay, for podcasting is audio, and the video content creation in YouTube, it's the audio visual. So that is the difference.
Oh, okay. So tell us, what is it a good idea to start a podcast for your business?
Yes, it is. It's actually a very good idea to start a business because it's easy, it's not expensive to start. It is also an alternative for video marketing um in that for the people who are shy and cannot face cameras, and you can host those people, you can actually give them the pleasure of doing a podcast because it's only audio. And also for your listeners, it's a way that you make diversity for your content because um they have the option of either watching on video or listening to you if they don't
Uh-huh.
have time for that. It is also very flexible in that people can listen to you wherever they are, whatever they are doing. They can multitask they can multitask while listening to you. They can do their own things while listening to you, and you know, it's it's very flexible, I can say. It is also a revenue stream. It's an additional revenue stream. I mean, there you can monetize the videos on YouTube. You can also monetize them on your podcast. It can also be used as an onboarding tool. When you have a podcast and you're talking about the day-to-day activities that you do in your company and everything else that you do, people are able to know even before joining the company that this is exactly what happens there. These are the products. This is everything that is offered in there. And also, when sometimes a company just for one product, using a podcast, you can actually, you can market and brand all those other products that you have in your company. And yeah, it is also a way to grow and diversify your brand because it humanizes it. The fact that somebody is talking about it, you know that this person is there. It also helps people to know who exactly is behind the growth of this company, who is behind the brand. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's say, for example, I have a business and I'd like to get more leads for my business, right? How do I get to start a podcast?
How do you get to start a podcast? To start,
How do I start a podcast?
it is very easy, honestly. You just personally, me, the way I started my podcast, I went on Anchor, and you fill in the details, you put the category of which the business of which your podcast is, if it's crime, whatever it is, you put the category and then you register. And then you can actually edit, record from there, and even publish it from there. It's super easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I was doing my research and I found that most people are using podcasts for business, or podcasts can be used to inspire, to entertain, and also to educate people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of competition out there. How do I get to do it differently so that I can be able to attract clients to my business?
I think the only thing with podcasting is authenticity and consistency. When you have those two, your podcast can go as far as it can. Uh, for the marketing part, you can advertise, you can, by the time you're having a podcast that talks solely about your business, or you have an introduction to your business, that in itself is marketing. Everybody who gets to listen to that podcast will know these are the products that this company sells. This is what this company does, you know?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how can podcasts grow my business?
Uh-huh. So there is a lot of there is a lot of things that a podcast can do for you. Number one, it helps you reach. It helps you get to a new audience. By this I mean that podcasts, they are in very many platforms. A lot of people listen to it, and when you're distributing your podcast and when you're starting your podcast, as I said, you put the category or the interest that you have. So when a person comes in here and they want to listen to a podcast that your brand is standing for, they just search, they click the interest, and if you're being consistent all the time and people are listening to you, then it just pops up for them. By doing that, many people who even didn't know you existed get to know that you are here. It is also very highly engaging because when you're doing a podcast, I believe the way you're doing the video part right now, you link it to your social media profiles. People get to know what you are doing. People get to even give you feedback from your platforms. And I have shopped online a couple of times. I've done all these things, and what I go for is the ratings. Is this product good? How are people talking about it? If there's a 5-star product and there's a 1-star product, I definitely cannot buy the 1-star. I'll go for the 5-star. Why? Because it is highly talked about, and that helps build traffic to even, you get more people buying from you or using your products. Another thing that it builds trust and also authority. You are more likely to listen to a person who has more experience in a particular field than a person who doesn't. If a person who is highly experienced tells you that this product, this product is the best for you, you are more likely to listen to them. So by having a team of experts talk about your business, you get to build trust to the customers. The customers can trust that person, and by doing that, they trust your business. Another thing is that it also helps you to get potential partnerships and sponsorships. When the right person listens to your podcast, then maybe they want to outsource. They want to say that this person, this is what you want done. And from the podcast that I listen to, there's this particular company that does this and does this, and there are very high rates about them. They are most likely to go to you. Yeah. It also build brand awareness. That is just, they know who you are, they know that you are there. Even if I don't want to use your product right now, in future, if I hear somebody who wants to use your product, or maybe in future that need arises, I'll be like, yeah, there was this company, I don't know what its name was, but let me go search it because they had a podcast, and let me know more about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question. Let's say, for example, like this company, we offer web hosting and domain and web design. How do I get to choose the right content that will be able to attract clients to the business? You understand what I'm saying? What kind of content should I be using, or should I be posting on my through podcast so that I can be able to attract clients in the business?
It actually fully depends on you, whatever that you want to do. It's not like you're just shooting an episode and that is it. You can be able to even, talk about both of them actually, because there's no conflict of interest. And that is also another good thing about podcasting. You can be able to talk about something, even if it's in one line, people will still listen to you, and they'll also use your products actually. Yeah.
Okay. So you can testify. Now you have told us that you're a podcaster, right? Is it attracting? Is it the best way is it attracting clients or viewers to view your podcast? Is it the compared to social media platforms? How can you rate it?
I think podcasting is actually great because one another good thing about podcasting actually is that it gives you an international audience. When you look at your analytics, you're like, this person is listening to me, but from this other country. Yours is a tech company. You can actually work for somebody who is from another place, and
Okay.
the fact that you have the international audience, you can be able to, you can even have clients outside the country. And that is one thing that I love about podcasting. And people who have subscribed to your podcast, they get to come, because when immediately you upload a new episode, it goes to the feeds of those who have subscribed to your podcast. And by that, you don't struggle with views that as much. You get a lot of people who listen to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know our viewers are watching, and maybe there's someone who is interested and would like to start a podcast, but they don't know how to start, how to go about it. Maybe you can give your word or a word or two to them.
The internet is a huge resource for you. When I started, I didn't know any podcast. I knew people who did podcasts, but they were outside the country. These were podcasts that were told to me by my friends, And then I was like, yeah, I think I'm very interested in starting a podcast. I went online, and that is where you got most resources. And even when you're using an app like Anchor, they distribute it even for you. You learn how to distribute it, but they'll distribute it to most platforms not there. So if you want to start a podcast, it is very easy to do that. You just need your phone. It's not like video, you have to use a laptop to edit. You can actually edit it from your phone. So just do it.
So it's just starting and being consistent, right?
And also being authentic. Like, don't say this today, the other day you're doing another thing. Be
Okay.
authentic.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Wow, thank you so much for making time for us, Chelsea. We appreciate it so much. Do you have your last words maybe to our viewers?
Okay, subscribe to their channels, and also maybe you can interact with me on my social media platforms as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for making time for us. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you for having me.
Wish you all the best in your new business that you're about to start, and also in your studies.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Guys, that's all that you had for today. I hope that you've learned something from Chelsea. She's a podcaster. And please, if you have any question, feel free to ask. And also don't forget to subscribe, as I always say. And also don't forget to follow us on our social media platform at Deep Africa World. All social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Deep Africa World. And also you can call us on our line 0712 500 500. And also you can visit our website, that is www.deepafrica.com. So it's goodbye for now. Until next time, same place, same time. Bye-bye.
Bye.